Highway 129. Motorcycles, high crash area, next 11 miles. We're gonna take it easy. There's a street glide right there. So let's get moving. All right, guys, so here's another video. I made the Arizona video where I was on Route 66, and now I'm making this video where I'm on Highway 129, also known as the Dragon or the Dragon's Tail. Okay, so this video will be a lot like the Route 66 video. I have my camera mounted on my helmet, but I don't have a GoPro mic adapter. So the only audio that I had has a bunch of wind noise in it, so I turned that down and I'm going to talk to you over the microphone. Now, I'm not going to talk to you the whole ride, but I will be making comments periodically through the video. Okay, so we are on US Highway 129, the world famous Dragon or the Dragon's Tail. And we just came off the Foothills Parkway right beside Chilhowee Lake, and we are still in Tennessee. Now, the Dragon is a famous road. It has 318 curves in 11 miles. That is a section of the road. The Dragon is a lot longer than 11 miles, but it has 318 curves in 11 miles. And I believe it starts at the Overlook. And we're not at the Overlook yet. We're headed to the Overlook. So the Overlook to the store is 318 curves in 11 miles. Now that I say that, I'm not sure if it starts at the Overlook to the store. If you know where the 11 miles starts for 318 curves, put that in the comments below. Okay, so here's a deep turn, and there's a guy really close to the back of me, and I'm not sure if he's going to pass me in the turn or if he's going to wait till we get on this straightaway. But he waited till we got on the straightaway. He passes me up, and I'm more than happy to move out of the way. I understand some people want to ride it at a faster pace, and the worst thing you can do is try to speed up in order to get them off of you. So just move out of the way and let them pass and continue riding your ride. There's a lot of pull-offs that you can pull off to allow them to pass. I usually just try to get closer to the right side of the lane and let them go through. And I appreciate it when people would do that for me when I was riding sport bikes, and even now when I ride the Harley. But today, I'm just taking it easy and going on a nice, relaxing ride. So that's one of the pull-offs I was telling you about. It looks like the truck moved out of the way and allowed the motorcycle to go through. All right, so now we made it to the Scenic Overlook, and there's only one truck there. If you were to come up on the weekends or in the summer times, you may not even be able to find a parking spot there. So we just passed mile marker 8.5, so we are only 8.5 miles to the North Carolina line. So the overlook wasn't that far away, so maybe you have more than 1 mile on the North Carolina side, or the overlook's not the beginning of the 318 curves in 11 miles. I'm not sure, but I'm sure someone knows that, so put that in the comments below if you know. Guys, if you've never been to East Tennessee before, we have some beautiful roads. The Dragon is just one of the many roads that we have. If you want a really nice ride, in my opinion, one of the best roads that I absolutely love is the Foothills Parkway. And now we have a new section of the Foothills Parkway. There's an older section and the new section. And my favorite part of the Foothills Parkway is the overlook where you can see all of Maryville. But now on the new section, there's the bridges that you'll go across, and there's an overlook where you can just see for miles. It's absolutely beautiful. With the new addition to the Foothills Parkway, it makes it really easy to stay in Pigeon Forge and get over to the Dragon. The ride alone coming over the new Foothills Parkway and the old Foothills Parkway is an awesome ride. Okay, so here's one of the many photographers that you'll see that takes your picture as you go around the curve there. Look at the time when you pass by them, because when you go to their website, it's separated by time so you can find your particular photo. Believe me, there will be thousands of them during the summertime, and it's not easy to always find your photo. Here's another one of those Cadillacs that they're testing out on the road, the new CT5. Look to the right through the woods. You can see the road ahead where you're going. This is a really nice curve coming up. You have to be careful when you're riding the Dragon because especially during the summer times, there's a lot of accidents. Usually every weekend there's someone who gets hurt on the Dragon, so you should be extra careful. So I used to work with a guy who went riding on the Dragon with a group of friends, and they all took off on their bikes, and he went off the side of the road, and I don't know if he got knocked out or something like that, but anyway, he wrecked off the side of the road, and they spent 2 hours trying to find him because they didn't see him when he went off. And it's easy to do because there's so much leaves and foliage there, and if the motorcycle's not making any noise or you don't see any smoke or sometimes even skid marks, it's hard to find someone if they go off the side of the road. So I always keep that in the back of my mind. I always try to take extra precaution and be careful while I'm on the Dragon. So I'm not telling you this to scare you or anything, because you can ride the Dragon. Just ride it at a nice safe pace. Don't ride it above your ability, as I said before. And it is good to ride it, even though I'm here by myself now, it is good to ride it with friends so that you can stick together and kind of keep an eye on each other. I don't remember what I was looking at. I think I saw something in the woods. By the way, you should be careful because there is wildlife. There's bears, which I saw the biggest bear that I ever seen before on the Foothills Parkway. But there's deer, there's turkey. Just be careful when you're going through there because they can run out in front of you. Here's another photographer coming up on the left, and you see a really nice GTR and a McLaren. Beautiful cars. So you never know what you're going to see on the Dragon. Here comes another sharp curve. Take a look at all the grooves in the pavement where you can see where people scraping going around. And another great ride is the ride from Gatlinburg, Tennessee up to Clingman's Dome, where you can look out and see all over the Great Smoky Mountains. It's a nice ride. You'll really enjoy that ride. At the top of the mountain, if you don't make the turn off for Clingman's Dome and you continue going straight, it'll take you over to Cherokee, North Carolina. That's the Cherokee Indian Reservation. And it's a really good ride in there. You can go back to Asheville that way, to the Pisgah National Forest that way, or you can ride over to Helena, Georgia, and that is a really good ride. That takes you through Murphy, North Carolina. All those rides are really nice. Or you can go back to Cherahalla Skyway. The Cherahalla Skyway is one of the best rides around. Long sweeping curves, nice ride, and it's never really crowded on the Cherahalla Skyway. Really good ride. So one of the loops I like to make, I like to leave Knoxville and go through Tellico and head over the Cherry Hollow Skyway into North Carolina. And it depends on who I'm riding with. If I have someone who wants to go back through the Dragon, we'll go that way. If I have someone who doesn't like going through the Dragon, then we'll go over from Cherokee over to 441 and go down to Gatlinburg and go home that way. So I like riding the Dragon, so if they don't feel comfortable on the Dragon or don't want to ride it, we'll just usually take that way around. Okay, so we're about 5 miles away to the gas station. The last mile marker that I passed said 3.5 miles, so it shouldn't be much longer before we get there. Okay, so if you made it this far, don't forget that I premiered this video and you can go back and hit the live chat button and see all the comments that was made during the premiere of this video. Okay, so here's another photographer on the side of the road, and he's been up here for a long time. I don't know if he's the first one to start, but it's killboy.com. And when you pass by, make sure you look at the time so you can find your photo on there. Usually there's 3 or 4 pictures to choose from. All right, so there's a car coming up behind me, so I'm going to move over here and let him pass. So I've been on this road for a while now, and I haven't passed one sheriff or police officer. And usually you'll pass a couple of them up here. Even though you'll see people speeding and passing each other in the lane, there is a lot of police officers that patrol this road. So be mindful of your speed when you're coming through here. Okay, so we just passed the 1 mile marker, so we're 1 mile away from the North Carolina state line now. That's the sheriff's department there in that SUV behind that black Camaro. Like I told you, they always patrol the road, so again, be careful with your speed because they will give you a ticket quickly up here. Okay, so we made it into North Carolina. We just crossed over the state line. Okay, so we're not far from the gas station. We should be there shortly, but usually at the gas station there'll be a ton of motorcycles there and some nice cars, so we check those out. And right beside the gas station is the motorcycle motel where you could where there's always a whole bunch of motorcycles there. Yeah, I think it's a motorcycle only motel. And here's the sign on the right to Tapaco Village. You'll see a lot of people down there. If you go past the gas station, probably I think like 2 miles or so, you'll see a lot of people down there kayaking, and it's a little place where it has a nice restaurant. So if you stop at the gas station, especially if you're coming from the Tennessee side, stop at the gas station, but go just a little bit further down there to Tappacoa Village. I think I'm pronouncing that right. And check that out. It's always cool to see those people down there on the river kayaking, and a nice little restaurant down there. We're here. If you look to the left, you'll see the Motorcycle Motel, and coming up on the right, you'll see the Dragon store, or the US Highway 129 store on the right, where you can get your souvenirs and t-shirts and stuff like that. But we're going right down here to the gas station and get a cold bottle of water and walk around and take a look at a couple of motorcycles before we head back. Alright, so I made it. We're over here at the Dragon General Store, and you see all the motorcycles here. We're gonna walk up here. I'm gonna show you where the tree of shame is, where all the wrecked motorcycle parts gets put on these trees up here. How you doing? So it's Friday, so it's not too bad. It's not as crowded as it usually is. Easy to ride. We're gonna go up here. Some really nice bikes out today. Here's the tree of shame there. Check that out. Look at that. All those motorcycle parts up there. There's the hotel. No pain, tree of shame, and a lot of pain. No gain, tree of shame, and a lot of pain. Across the street there is the Tail of the Dragon store. We're gonna go over there and take a look too. I'm gonna get something to drink. I need some water. It's kind of hot. It was hot down there. It feels good here, but it's hot down there. So here's the no burnout stoppies and wheelies. Usually when people leave out, that goes up kind of like up a little hill or whatever. When they leave out strong, sometimes popping wheelies and everything else. So you'll see, watch these guys. I know if they're gonna leave out and go into the right, they're gonna blast off. Everybody always does that. Check this out. Let's go inside, get some water. All right, so we're in the store. It's nice and cool here. They got all these Dills Gap t-shirts here you can get. And then there's a restaurant straight back this way. That's the restaurant. All the t-shirts on the ceiling there. But I just came to get some water, so I'm gonna get some water and go back the other way. I came through the Dragon, now I'm about to go back through the Dragon. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you noticed, you saw in the beginning where those guys pulled up in that Cadillac. They were actually, those guys pulled up in Cadillac. How you doing? They actually was doing like a test run for the new Cadillac ATS. Hasn't even been released yet. They bring those out and test them on the Dragon. So that's cool. We got to see it before it even came out. Right. So of course I had to get some water. It is hot. Feels good up here, but it was hot down there where I was, lower. And so I got to get this. Look at that M2. Nice. M2. Okay guys, so I'm gonna end the video here. I want to thank everyone for participating in the live chat. And if you like these videos, these ride videos where I upload them and we have enough time to have a decent conversation in the live chat, give it a thumbs up. And if you're watching it after the fact, make sure you go to the live chat and read all the comments. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day.